What's
Chris,
going on?
thanks for doing this with us, man.
No problem.
Appreciate you. I'll have you right here.
Oh, this is cool.
We've got a handful of plays to show you, but just one thing that we've talked with you a lot about is just you watch basketball every single night.
Right.
And just thinking about your career, how important has film study and how much you watch basketball every single night, what has that meant to your career and your development?
It's meant everything. Obviously, I think experience is the best teacher, the best tool, but watching film is studying. So even when we're not at the gym, when games come on and I'm at home at night, this is my way of studying and learning people's tendencies and what plays teams like to run.
We got a handful of plays here. Let's get started with your very first play as an NBA player.
Oh, wow, this is the jump ball.
Here we go. The NBA in OKC is about to happen for real, folks.
What do you remember from this moment as you're dribbling the ball up the court for the very first time as a pro?
Man, I ain't seen this in years, but when I played for Byron Scott, the offense that we used to run was it was called the chin, sort of the chin offense. I don't think anybody in the league now still runs this offense because the game's a lot faster. This was called forwards out. This was the set. It was called forwards out. And as I see the play develop, I'll be able to tell you if it was forwards out swing, was it forwards out reverse? We used to have forwards out through. That's crazy. I remember all that. Yeah.
You had some good forwards to pass to in David West and PJ Brown and those vets you had there. We're actually going to show you next your very first assist in the NBA. And this, you're playing with a little bit more pace here, but what do you remember about this first assist?
This ball almost went up and down. Found his teammate.
Wow, PJ, man, that was Bonzi guarding me. That's crazy. But PJ Brown was one of my vets, my true vet. Taught me a lot about being a pro, about professionalism, about finance, and just how to come to work every day and take care of your body and hoop.
The thing I notice about that play is something that's been true of you your whole career. You're always in triple threat. How important is it for you to be able to make those decisions at the last minute and have all your options open as long as possible?
It looked like I was about to shoot it, and that is somewhat a staple of an assist. I always say I got the easy part and passing to the guys. They got to make the shots. Try to find an open guy and hope they bail you out sometimes.
Just thinking back to this very first game, would you have imagined at this age that you'd be top 10 in assists all time in the NBA?
It's crazy, and I tell people when I came into the league, I had goals. And one of the goals I never forget, when I played at Utah, I looked up and I seen the stats for all-time leading assists, John Stockton, and all-time leading steals, John Stockton. And I was like, I'm after that. I'm going after that. And as soon as I got hurt a few times, that went out the window because John Stockton was so durable. But one of the people that I'm always forever grateful to is Byron Scott. When I came in as a rookie, he gave me the ball and said, go hoop and learn and play. And there's no teacher like that, so.
All right, let's fast forward to now with your second stint in Oklahoma City. And this is a play where it's a 3-on-2 fast break, and something you practiced in middle school.
So as soon as we get out the blocks, like I said, once upon a time, that first clip, I probably would have been gone. I'd have took off and had it, but as I see Markelle take off with Shea, right from the get-go, I can see Bays, and Bays is very, very, very fast. And Bays filling that middle lane, so you just sort of knew that he was going to be open.
Is it harder to execute a fast break when you're on the wing as opposed to in the middle of the floor?
Sometimes, but it all depends on who the defenders are. If I was pushing that, Markelle Fultz might have been Kyle Lowry or somebody like that. Like, guys sort of might have sniffed it out and maybe the ball would have went to Shea. So it's a lot of stuff happening really quick. And even though we make it look easy, it's a lot of stuff happening.
So you're able to make that decision in real time because of your wealth of knowledge and
Try
experience.
to. It's not always the right decision, but for the most part, it's an educated decision.
All right, let's hit the next play. So this is a double high screen. Just take me through your options here.
Yeah, so stop it right now. So right here, we run this play a lot, and with Gallo being the shooter that he is, you just don't ever know if they're going to switch, if they're going to show. The person that I'm really focused on while all this is happening is Brandon Ingram. And the reason is because, like, I think the game defensively too, and your defensive principles. So right now, Brandon Ingram is the low man. I know that Nerlens is going to get out of the screen quick because I'm going to make sure Drew Holiday is trailing me. So now I'm not even looking at anybody but Brandon Ingram. If Brandon Ingram is in, then the pass is going to Shea. If he's hugged on to Shea, it's going to be a lob. But because Jahlil Okafor is up a little bit, and at the end of the day, I'm 6 feet, 6'1" on a good day. So even though I like to throw lobs, sometimes I can't because the big guy is
right up in your face.
Right in my face. So that's why some of my passes are bounce passes. And so I saw that Brandon Ingram wouldn't, like, he's low, so if I throw the lob, he can get to it.
Right.
But if I bounce it to Nerlens, can't get to it.
That's just so cool. I mean, I think one thing guys talk about when they say the game slows down is you're not looking at your defender. You're not even looking at the two defenders that are closest to you. You're looking at the guy down on the block. You're really seeing the entire five-man defense right there in that moment.
Yeah, because I sort of made a career in the ball screen, and that anytime I got the ball and a guy's guarding me with a ball screen, I'm never thinking about the guy that's guarding me. And Nerlens, so there's no stat for this yet, but there should be a stat at some point for big men who roll out and get other people's shots.
Right. Suck the defense into the lane.
Exactly. And that's something that Nerlens does night in and night out. So does Steve-O. You know, and Nerlens and Steven giving themselves up night in and night out so guys can get their shot. That doesn't go unnoticed.
All right, we'll go to the next play here. This is a huge one in overtime. Just how did you know Gallo was going to be open here?
Tell you the truth, I was about to shoot that. I was absolutely about to shoot that. Gallo yelled at me. Gallo yelled. So I didn't even know Gallo was there. So Gallo, and that's where we talk about communication and talking. And even though I can make reads and all that, that doesn't mean I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? Let me know when you're open. You know, for the most part, I do know when you're open. But right there, I was definitely, if you play it again, you can see I was about to let it ride. So let it go slow if you can. So as I'm pushing it, pause. So as I'm pushing it, right? Mm-hmm. So right now, I basically got a moving screen in Steven.
Right.
Because the guy who's trying to pick me up is back. And it's literally an opportunity for a moving screen. So the guy right here for Philly, he can't get to me. I'm just weaving behind Steven. And then I knew I was going to have an open three. But Gallo yelled, see. And I seen him, and why not find me?
This is so instinctual for you here to pass up what's a good shot for a great shot. Has that been ingrained in you since you were a kid, or?
Yeah, my dad coached me when I was younger, right? When I was little. When I first started playing, my dad was always my coach, and I was really good then. And even when we played YBA, my dad used to make me come down, dribble. We played where, you know, you had to stay inside the lines. And my dad would make me pass it to my teammates, and the only way I could score was to go get the rebound. So one of the biggest things in me with passing is trying to make sure I give it to the guy to where they can shoot it. You know, I gave Ferg a pass off the inbounds last night. He cut and I threw it and it just bounced too many times. He got it and he hit somebody in the corner for a three. But as we ran down the court, I told Ferg my bad, because that's my job to put you in the best situation possible.
On time, on target.
Exactly. It matters whether people realize it or not.
What's this moment like? I mean, you talk about the communication. It all comes together in overtime to fuel a big home win. What's this moment like when that ball drops?
This was a great feeling. Season's sort of been up and down for us. That was just a great feeling, and to do it with Gallo was cool.
This is the last thing we want to show you is just one of the other ways that you guys have gotten open this year is through your big men. What has that element added?
It's added a lot. It's something new, especially for me in my career, and as much cut, like, ooh, like that nice cut. Like I watch it and I see Dennis and Shea and Ferg and how fast they cut and stuff. I know I'm a great screener. You know what I mean? Everybody has to know what they bring to the team. I might not kill you with some speed or backdoor, but I know I can get those guys open. And I think as we continue to learn how to combine that with the pace of our pick and rolls and finding each other or whatnot, I think it's only going to make us a better team.
Chris, thank you so much for your time and
No
breaking
problem.
it down for us. Man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.